Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we're here back with yet another Grand Prix challenge. This time of course we are back at the Temple of Speed. Yes, it's time for the Italian Grand Prix and let's be fair, it's Italy, it's Monza. Of course we're going to be doing this as a Ferrari driver, and of course the toss-up between Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, so I think quite an interesting one this weekend, but I think we have still got to go, you know, that iconic moment in 2019. He wins in Spa, he wins in Monza, Charles Leclerc, the winner of the Italian Grand Prix. Could you really go with anyone else ready for this weekend, of course? So yeah, we're going to do what we normally do. We're going to be starting from the back of the grid and seeing how high at the order we can climb, and just like the last one at Zandvoort, we're actually going to be driving in Cockpit cam as well. We'll have a quick look run down of the grid. Max Verstappen on pole ahead of Sergio Perez there. Our teammate Carlos Sainz hanging on up in P3, trying to fly the Ferrari flag at the front of the field. George Russell ahead of Alonso, ahead of Hamilton and Esteban Ocon. Yeah, Alpine looking very, very competitive against Mercedes this weekend. Gasly ahead of both McLarens, rounding out the top 10, ahead of Bottas and then Gasly's teammate Yuki Tsunoda. Haas lock out row 7 with Magnussen ahead of Mick Schumacher. Then we've got Zhou Guanyu, Sebastian Vettel, Alex Albon, Lance Stroll, Nicolas Latifi, and then yes, ourselves Charles Leclerc rounding out the field. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below where you think we're going to finish in this one today. Let's head down trackside then here at Monza, but first, a quick message from our sponsor. Imperium experiences are back and better than ever. This time they are offering you the chance to win a weekend of a lifetime at the 2022 season finale in Abu Dhabi. This includes a 4-night accommodation at a 5-star hotel and travel to and from the circuit included every day. All you need to do is click the link down in my description and enter the competition on their website. But hurry, with only 1,500 tickets available and the competition closing on the 14th of September, you definitely don't want to miss out on this. So click the link down in the description below, and a massive thank you to Imperium for sponsoring this video. Right, and here we are then on the grid, ready for the Italian GP for this weekend's Grand Prix challenge. Of course, it's the home of Ferrari. We couldn't go with anyone else other than Charles Leclerc. But yeah, I want to say a quick thank you again to all of you that enjoyed the Cockpit cam race that we did last weekend. So yeah, I thought we'd bring it back once more here at the Temple of Speed. 13 laps ahead of us today. Of course, trying to get the car lined up on the grid ready for the start might be interesting. And you can see, yeah, we've got Latifi and Lance Stroll just in front of me. Of course, a lot of drivers taking grid penalties before we get into the Grand Prix tomorrow. But how many places will we be able to recover today? Let me know down in the comments below your prediction. Looking back, I probably should have put the car onto a set of mediums for the start of this one so we could try and be quick towards the checkered flag. But I guess it's a bit too late to worry about that now then. There's everyone else lining up on the grid. I think managing the ERS today as well is going to be quite difficult. But Charles Leclerc, yeah, lining up at the rear of the field. I don't think we're quite going to be able to get a win on the board today. But hopefully we can try and move our way up the orders. We'll try and get the car lined up. There we go, pretty much perfect on the grid. Ready on the grid though here for the Italian GP. 5 red lights on the grid. And it is going to be lights out and away we go. Rather long hold, but trying to avoid the wheel spin as best as possible as we head down towards turn 1 there. Looks like Sebastian Vettel has gone absolutely nowhere as well. So Ferrari's current and Ferrari's former there, as we're going to have a look up the inside. Absolutely everybody in towards that first turn. Trying a bit of contact, I think, with Sebastian, as we do get a warning for it, but getting really good drive off the exit. And straight up 4 places then off the start of the Italian Grand Prix there. So that was pretty much as good as we could have ever hoped for, as we've got Zhou Guanyu still all over my gearbox. Oh, Mick Schumacher, Stroll and Magnussen all moving around quite a lot. They're in towards the next chicane, and that might leave K-Mag vulnerable off the exits. We try and put the power down up the inside of the Haas car. He'll try and hang it around the outside there, but luckily, yeah, as the corner kind of hugs you in on the inside, we do then move up into P15 there. So dream start to the Italian Grand Prix, already carving our way past 1/4 of the grid, as hopefully we'll try and get a run on Mick Schumacher as we head down in towards Ascari for the first time. Of course, yeah, very, very difficult. A lot of this circuit actually weirdly difficult to try and spot when you're in Cockpit cam there, as that was a big, big wobble off the exit of Ascari. Going to have to use quite a bit of battery just to make sure we stay ahead of Kevin Magnussen, who's still going to try and have a look up the inside. Luckily, on the cleanest line there out of the final corner, as Sergio Perez leads the way then here at Monza at the end of lap 1. But we have moved up into P15 there, so good little start for us. But here comes K-Mag again as we head back down towards the first corner there. This Ferrari has got very, very little top-end speed there as Kevin Magnussen around the outside will try to hang on to it there as we'll have to give him the room through the first chicane, but able to get the power down on the exit, and we live to fight another day. On to lap 3 though, all over the back of Mick Schumacher as we head down in towards the Ascari chicane. Are we going to be able to try and make a move work on the pass? Oh, big wobble on the exit there for the second time in 3 laps, so we will only slot just in behind, but Mick Schumacher might be able to get a run on Stroll at the final corner. I don't know, he should still be within the DRS range of Valtteri Bottas in front of him, but through the corners we've just got so much more grip at the moment there, as everyone of course is going to be opening up the DRS as we head back down towards turn 1, but there goes Mick Schumacher around the outside of the Aston Martin, and we've got nothing, absolutely nothing compared to either of them here as we get back down towards turn 1. Somehow they've now swapped around which way they're battling, as will Stroll be able to put the power down on the exit of the corner? Not quite, so we'll move to the inside as we head through Curva Grande here, having to get all over the curb in there as Lance Stroll really does try to give me a big old squeeze. Again, the Aston Martin, though, phenomenal top-end speed. Oh, and almost into the back of Mick Schumacher. This is scary stuff. Monza in cockpit cam is a very, very different experience. As we again then head down the back straight, Lance Stroll, Mick Schumacher still just in front of us. Surely this time round Stroll won't have the DRS from Valtteri Bottas just in front of him, as again we can just carry so much speed out of this final corner there, up and under of Mick Schumacher, and now of course we're going to have the DRS off the Aston Martin as well. Surely this time round we can try and have a look past the Aston Martin there as Team 1 is into the pits at the end of this one. I think it might be a bit too early as we've got Mick Schumacher coming back at me round the outside though of the Aston Martin. Big lockup, but we keep it just inside track limits there, and finally making more forward progress in this race. Zhou Guanyu has now moved up into P15 as well, so Mick Schumacher, despite the phenomenal top-end speed of that Haas, is going backwards, and now we need to try and get all over the back of this next gaggle of cars and hopefully put ourselves closer to the points, but definitely too early to be pitting just yet as we just dip a wheel in the gravel. Oh, there we go, first few cars into the pit lane, so we will now move up inside the top 10 of this race. Max Verstappen now into the lead of this Grand Prix there as a 1:24.1 new personal best for the day. Now, yeah, we've got Ricciardo and I think Pierre Gasly, of course, the two most recent winners around this track just in front of me. They're going to need a bit of a miracle if they can do that this weekend, but we are now slowly picking up the places. We come to the end then of lap 6. I think we're going to see all the other cars into the pit lane, including our teammate Carlos Sainz. Slowly drift the car in towards the final corner as the tyre wear warning light has come on. But we are just going to try and hang out for one more lap here and hopefully get the undercut, or the overcut even I should say, on quite a few cars. We will confirm to the team we are going to be boxing. We know there's currently a car in there, but that's not going to worry me. It's just nipped a wheel on the grass towards turn 1. But yeah, this lap, big push. Use the last of the battery and hopefully overcut as many of that midfield gaggle as we possibly can. Kevin Magnussen at the Grand Prix, and oh how we could have done with a safety car right then. Oh, big moment though as we head out of Ascari. Just clip that inside curb just a bit too much and it will immediately try and send you to the shadow round, but I'm hoping we are going to be either right at the front of the top midfield group or maybe just in front of them here, as we have set some very competitive lap times over the last couple. But rounding out of the final corner, try and get the car slowed down nicely into the pit. 49 miles an hour, that's what you like to see. Pretty much nailed that one as you see the crew rush out into the pit lane. Optimal turning point though, we're pretty much getting those every time now on this game. 2.5 seconds though is not perfect, as we might be drag racing on pit exit there. Hamilton and Ocon are going to fly past me. It's Lando Norris and Bottas that will be the next cars that come into view. Oh, be careful of the wheel spin on the exit. So looks like we will have moved ourselves up into the points then of this Grand Prix. So look at that, Bottas and Norris. Very aggressive down towards turn 1. But of course we have got cold rubber and immediately feeling the effects of that as Ricciardo, for whatever reason, has gone on to hards. We've got to try and get past Lando and Bottas though with 5-6 laps remaining. There we go, Verstappen, new fastest lap of the Grand Prix. He has re-inherited the lead away from his teammate Sergio Perez. For now, we've just got to try and keep it clean and tidy, or running a little bit wide out of the final turn. But the gap to Norris and Bottas, if they keep battling, will continue to come down here. Of course, Monza are a bit of a weird circuit in terms of raw pace there, as Bottas to the inside of Lando. I think Bottas has made the move work. He's able to get the car slowed down 100 metres. That's all the braking you need down towards turn 1. That is absolutely immense. Verstappen now just going faster and faster at the moment, but we could be close to that time as we head around the final corner this time round there. So you can just see how much speed, I know I keep saying it, but we are able to carry so much speed out of that final corner that Lando Norris has done the exact same thing, trying to look past Bottas as we set a new fastest lap of the Grand Prix. We're going to completely drain the battery as we go up the inside of one, maybe up the inside of both of them. Back down towards turn 1 there, side by side with Lando Norris. We have to give him room on the exit of turn 1, but we will complete the double overtake there, and we will now move up into P8 of the Grand Prix. Ocon 7 seconds up the road. Unless he and Hamilton battle hard, that is going to be a very, very difficult gap to try and overcome. But new fastest lap of the day as well, proving how much pace this Ferrari has got. I know I mentioned this in the last one we did at Zandvoort, but it is really fun as well in Cockpit Cam. Of course, the fact you actually get the alive delta all day long. So yeah, you do obviously miss out on quite a lot of information, but yeah, getting that live delta all the time is quite good, especially with sort of when you're by yourself and trying to chase lap times. I really am enjoying Cockpit Cam on F1 22 more than I ever expected to, and it certainly, I do feel in many ways actually improves my consistency on the game. You know, I feel like I'm able to sort of hit apexes a bit more consistently, things like that. It's a bit weird to describe, but maybe, just maybe, you know, when we get to the winter break, Cockpit Cam series perhaps? I'm genuinely considering it if it's something you guys would want to see. That was quite a scary moment. So I was trying to push for a new fast lap of the Grand Prix there. We were about half a second up, but yeah, that probably wouldn't have been the best thing to do in front of the Tifosi. Under no pressure whatsoever, we completely just did a 360 down through the Ascari chicane there. Like I said, trying to chase the time, and that could have been a 121 late on in the day. But here we are then, final lap here from Monza. I'm getting a little bit worried now watching those gaps up the road that maybe had we not done that, we could have been a whole lot closer to that big gaggle of cars. I'm not too sure how much time it just cost me, but I'm not convinced we would have been close enough by the checkered flag anyway in this race. Like I said, you know, Monza's a very, very weird circuit. You know, a lot of your races on the F1 games are completely defined by who gets bunched up with who quite early on in the race. You know, you can easily find yourself either battling in a gaggle for sort of P14 or battling in a gaggle that extends up to P4 in a race around this venue. But it looks like Mercedes and Alpine are able to break free from all of the other cars, of course. Ferrari, this was potentially at the start of the year looking like it could be a venue where they get a bit of a renaissance, and of course, yeah, just this season has really not gone their way so far. Red Bull have done some phenomenal work, and Max Verstappen rounds the Alboreto curve. He will walk away with the race victory here in Monza, and the Dutchman further extends his gap at the top. 5 Grand Prix victories now in a row. Sergio Perez will complete the 1-2. Carlos Sainz, though, will put a familiar red suit on the podium. But rounding the final corner here in the Italian Grand Prix, 20th to 8th at the end of the day is not a brilliant result for Charles Leclerc, but I'm sure come the weekend, I hope for Ferrari's sake, they do a lot better than that.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé. There it is then, victory in the Italian Grand Prix, an historic race and an achievement they can be immensely proud of. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sports that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Well, my driver of the day has to be Charles Leclerc. He was unstoppable out on the track today, weaving through the competition with ease.
Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Well, there we are then, the end of the Italian Grand Prix, and it is Max Verstappen that walks away with the dub. But yeah, Sergio Perez-Sainz rounding out the podium. Not impossible, I think, as a podium result this weekend, but I'm sure Charles Leclerc will really want to put himself back up there once more. But thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do make sure you leave a like and get yourselves subscribed, and we will be returning very, very soon. In fact, later on today, we'll be back with the Brazilian GP main race after qualifying for the real-life Italian GP. Thank you all so much for watching, and make sure you get yourself subscribed so you can be back even for more Formula 1 content. This channel is proudly sponsored by Bybit, the official crypto partner of Red Bull's Formula 1 team. I've been using their platform for my personal crypto savings over the last few months, and when they got in touch to support the channel, I was super excited. Currently, they're offering you guys a special new promo for the first 100 of you to deposit $10 or more onto the platform. You'll get another $10 free. Also, 5 lucky winners will get their initial deposit doubled up to $1,000. That means if you deposited $1,000 onto the platform using my codes below, you could be within a chance to get another $1,000 completely free. We've seen the landscape around crypto drastically change over the last couple of years, and I genuinely believe it holds an important place in our future. However, please be careful as always when trading, as you are liable to lose money. But if you're interested and you're 18 or older, click the link down below to get started and see why Red Bull and myself, as well as thousands of others, trust Bybit as their crypto. None of these videos would be possible without the help of our channel members, so a massive thank you to all of the names you see on your screens currently for helping support the channel. You can join them by clicking the join button down below, and yeah, thank you once again to everyone that continues all the insane support on my work.